Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and peace and blessings to you brothers out there just pushing this word in all sincerity. Shalom. This is Brother Amwan from the GMS Charlotte Camp, and I just want to make a little quick video on, when you're doing this work for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, when you're serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you're protected in all aspects, man, especially through the spirit, man, because, I watched a beautiful video from the brother Ashiar and Manatazak Banyumyo out there in the San Francisco camp. And they just did pretty much like a beautiful illustration on, when you're doing this work, the Lord has angels that's there, that's protecting you and guiding you and your household, and making sure that you're okay, man, protecting you from these demons and all that, man. So, I just wanted to get a couple scriptures and speak on that, because that touched my spirit, and it's really showing you that, we have protection out here, man. We may not be able to see them, but, we have protection out here. So I just want to do a couple scriptures and then close it out. So my first scripture, I'm starting off in Sirach, in the Apocryphal Ecclesiasticus, started 2 and 6. It says, "Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him." Right, so it says believe in him, and he will help you, and he will help you, man. All you gotta do is pray and ask the Lord for whatever help that you need, and he's gonna come through for that. He's gonna come through for you, man. He's gonna, whatever it is, man, big or small, all you gotta do is put your problems over to the Lord, and he's gonna help you, man. It says, order thy way aright and trust in him. Right, trust in the Lord, man, because he's not gonna forsake you, man. Excuse me. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. So yeah, if you fear the Lord, we're supposed to be waiting on his mercy, man, waiting for that redemption, that salvation. And it says, and go not aside lest you fall. So don't give up on that faith, don't stop believing in him, man, because once you do that, the Lord takes that hedge away from you, man, because we have protection, man. The Lord has the angels watching over us, man. In the spiritual realm, that's right here within this physical realm, which we can't physically see with these carnal eyes, but spiritually we know that these angels are here, man, because as men of the Lord, different brothers have their accounts, their own personal accounts they can attest to. Like, I know me personally, I've had moments where I know that the angels was protecting me, man, being in car wrecks and nothing happening to me, man. I know one incident, when I was first coming into truth and I was making my transition from being in college. So being in college, and I felt it was time to give that up and come do the work. So I was transitioning from going to school up in the mountains to coming back home and start going to camp, man. And during that transition period, on the highways, I got rear-ended, and one thing led to another, and I pretty much got spun out, hit the guardrail, and whenever my car stopped spinning, I found myself facing oncoming traffic, and through the courtesy of the Lord, I didn't get a head-on collision, with the oncoming traffic. I didn't suffer any bodily harm. The car was totaled, but the Lord, I could care less about the car, man, because at the end of the day, the Lord delivered me out of that trouble right there, man. So it was beautiful, because I'm still here, doing this work, man. And I just know that was a test through the Lord, man. But we continue on. It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Right. You say you fear in him and believe in him, your reward shall not fail. What's that reward? That reward is salvation. That reward is protection. You know, because we're putting our bodies as living sacrifices right now. So when Esau decides to show his hand and starts rolling on us, man, we're gonna have protection in that day, man. We're gonna have that hedge of protection. Never Esau tries to come at us, or whatever little situation comes at us, man. We're gonna be protected, man. It says, verse 9: Ye that fear the Lord hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Right. So that's what we're hoping for: everlasting joy and mercy. That salvation, which is being beamed up on the chariots. And it's escaping the troubles of the nuclear missiles. The famine, the pestilence. And all that entails Jacob's trouble, man. That's because we know doing this work that we're gonna be rewarded for that. So that's the patience and the faith that we keep, man. All right, this verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? And that's the reason why we're supposed to read these scriptures, man, and read the different accounts of the men of the Lord that was before us, man. Like Daniel, Elijah, Elisha, Jonah, and King David, King Solomon, and so on, man. I said, did any of them that trusted in the Lord, were they confounded? And the answer is no, man. The Lord always took care of his men. It says, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And there's nobody, man. Everybody that the Lord saw that was serving him, he always provided and took care of them, man. And that's what we hope for, the same comfort, man. Because we know at the end of the day, hey, the Lord's got him. They got his that are putting their bodies on the line for him now, man. Because this is a spiritual battle that we're fighting right now, man. So we gotta have that whole armor, from spiritually to carnally. Carnally, I mean, we're not like mounting up no guns or no battle suits or nothing like that. Just staying in the scriptures, man. Being diligent with your studies. Fasting, praying. We fall short of that sometimes, man, because the cares of the world try to come in between that, man. But that's why you gotta always examine yourself to be on top of that, man. Because you can never pray enough. You can never fast enough. And just doing the work, and it's always something to do, man. So we always gotta remember that and take account of that, man. All right. So from there, because you gotta remember that this world that we're living in is a dark satanic place, man. Because this is Satan's world, man. Just read. When you read about the account of Yahushua when he was tempted by Satan. Satan told Yahushua that this was his world. This is his dominion right now, man. And it is. Because our rulership isn't coming until after this world is being taken down, man. When Yahushua, when they put their when they put down this devil and rise up the nation of the nation of Israel and the kingdom of heaven, man, then that's when we're really gonna see what righteousness looks like, man. But right now, we're living in the wicked, in the world of the wicked, man. So that's why you gotta prepare your spiritual armor, man. You gotta mount up in the spirit and prepare for this fight, man. Because I forget what song that was, man. But pretty much the lyrics is like there's a war going on outside, man, and it is outside of what we perceive, man, outside of these fleshly eyes, man. Because we see it's a physical war as far as World War III, class wars, civil wars, and all that. But it's also a spiritual war on top of that, man. So in order for you to prepare for that, you gotta put on your armor, man, the full armor, which is these scriptures, man. So my next scripture, I'm gonna get into that. All right, this is Ephesians 6 and 10. I'm starting at 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Right, you gotta be able to put on the whole armor of the Lord, which is these scriptures, man. You know, coming fully under Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, so he can teach you in the ways of wisdom to how to combat this wicked world, man. How to combat this flesh, how to truly fight against this devil, man. Because we can't fight against this devil physically, man. Because what's his blessing? His blessing is the sword, man. Like it tells you in Genesis 27, man. He got blessed with the sword, man. So all the manifestations of weapons that he has on this side, you know, the guns and all this stuff, man. We can't amount to that because this flesh right here is weak, man. And we're gonna lose every time trying to fight that battle. That's why we got our weapon is this right here, man. The scriptures. You know, this is our weapon, so we gotta be able to know how to wield this the correct way, man. So we can fight against Esau, man. Because just like how we can't fight against Esau with these carnal weapons, Esau can't fight against us with these scriptures because it's not for him. Just like these weapons aren't for us, man. Yeah, we can go pick up a gun, you know, go pick up go get a tank. Well, you know, if you're in the army or whatever, you can go get a tank or something like that. But things like that, you know, you're not gonna have accessibility to that in that time, man. You know, Jake is poor, so Esau has all types of weapons for Jake, man. So we gotta use the correct weapons, man. So we'll continue on. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness, of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right. So you know, Esau has things going behind the scenes that you know the common man doesn't know about. They seances, they wicked sacrifices, which we're coming into the times of that, man, which are Halloween and all these different hell days coming up. This is the time where Esau gets his sacrifices started, man. Through these next couple months, man, up going into January, so-called January, we're coming into a whole satanic couple of months, man. This is Esau's demonic witchcraft is on an all-time high. You're gonna see, like we bring out every year, you know, more child abductions, more strange events happening in the world, more sacrifices and all this death, a bunch of death. Because this is the time where Esau is starting to bring out his true wickedness, man. So when you look up that word principalities, it's like let me get that real quick. So you know, I'm not freestyling. So I can bear with me real quick. I believe that's it's like spiritual wickedness in high places. It says principality of angels and demons, the magistrates. So pretty much that's just Esau dealing with his witchcraft, man. These demons and all this, you know, because Esau is a witch, man. He's a witch. He's a warlock. He does all these different things, dealing on the left hand side of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. You know, so he uses these different methods to do his deeds of wickedness in the dark, man. But you know, through the prophets, through what we're doing, we're exposing Esau for everything that he's doing. All right. So you gotta put these scriptures on to be able to battle against this, man. Because if you just knowing about this in the world, you ain't gonna be able to protect yourself against this spiritually, man. Because if you're not dealing with, if you're how about Shema Shah, let me correct myself, Salaki. If you're how about Shema Shah isn't dealing with you, then you're at the whim of this devil and his games, man. All right, verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shem El Shah, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So you got to be able to put on the whole armor, which is these scriptures, to be able to withstand in that evil day, which the evil day is talking about the days of Jacob's trouble, all the way up until the salvation, coming through the chariots, man. Because it's gonna be nothing but pure hell out here, and if you ain't got the this armor, which I'm gonna give an example of what the armor is. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So that's one of this is one of the battle utilities that we need for this spiritual war, man. This knowledge and wisdom, and understanding is what's gonna keep us stable in that day, man. So we gotta fully immerse in this and get well acquainted with this sword, so we can be able to fight in that day, man, and be able to be good in that day, man. It says, "Stand therefore," this is Ephesians 6:14. "Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Shem Shah, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints." So this gives you the whole rundown of what we have in our arsenal to fight against Esau and his arsenal, man. We gotta have faith, being you need this truth, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the truth. You need faith. You need prayer and that hope of salvation. These all are tools that we need to get us through this spiritual war, man. Because it's essential that we have all these, because it's going to be a trying time in that day, man, to where the men are going to be separated from the boys, man, and we're going to see who's really about this and who's been faking the whole time, man. Because the Lord is doing a good job of weeding out these the ones out here that are not really with this, man, that are claiming to be of the elect, but they're actually false prophets and fakers, man. So it's essential, us being the hopeful that we do our due diligence and do this work to the best of our ability, man. Because Esau and Satan, who working hand in hand, they're trying to see who they can weed out of this truth, man. So we got to be able to fight against this, man. That's why, let me get this real quick. It's 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Because you see the things in the world that are going to try to tempt you from doing this truth, man. Which would be the carnal things such as money, cars, clothes, hoes. There's different means of scare tactics, such as the demonization that we're about to face, the lies that he's putting out, the different doctrines that he's putting out. All these different things are methods that he's trying to use to take us out of this truth, man. But like I said, if Yahweh Shem Shah has his word in you, man, you're not gonna be taken by that. The angels is gonna block out them demons that are trying to fight you and trying to take over you, man. The angels are gonna take care of you, man, because that's their job, is to watch over you. Which I keep talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and get that, because it's essential that you believe in that, man. Because that's a common feeling, knowing that, hey, man, we got protectors out there, man. Not only is the Heavenly Father protecting us, man, but he actually has specific men that he has that are watching over us, man. It's beautiful. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean that they're not there, man. Everybody has angels, whether it be on the right side or the left hand side, that are recording our works, man. So it's imperative that you know that through the Spirit, so you know how to conduct yourself, man. This is Psalms 34:7. It says, "The angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear Him and delivereth them." So the angels is always there with you, man. And you know, through the Spirit, you know, when you pray, I know sometimes like the brother Michael Allah out there in the LA camp, he made a beautiful video about that. You know, when you praying, sometimes it's almost like you can feel him right there, man. You know, and anything that you're asking for, you know, you just talking to the Lord, you can almost feel him, you know, being right there, hearing you, and then they're delivering them prayers to you, and you know they are, man. Because I mean, me myself, you know, the things that I prayed for, I've seen it come to pass, man. Because like I said, my faith in Yahweh Hashem Shah, it gets renewed every day by the day, man. Because man, the thing is that the Lord is continuing to do for not only me, but the brothers in my camp and the brothers around the world, man. You see it, and it just makes your faith in Him even more beautiful, man, and even more stronger. So, got a couple more scriptures. I'm gonna just go into an account just so you know, just the Lord has his angels always around, ready to protect his men, man. And I'm just going to an account in the history to show you that what I'm saying is true, man. This is 2 Kings verses 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 17. I think I'm gonna go to 15 to set the stage pretty much. This is 2 Kings 6:15. It says, "And when the servant of the man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, what shall we do?" And pretty much the story was going on how the enemies was pretty much about to go to war with Elisha and Elijah. And you know, he said that when they went up, they seen that the pretty much they were surrounded by the enemy, man. Which I forget exactly what heathen these were that were coming against them, but pretty much they were surrounded, man. I think it was going up. I'm saying it's the Syrians, so yeah, it was some heathens. But verse 16 it says, "And he answered," because Elisha seen that and pretty much was crying out to Elijah like, "My master, what shall we do, man?" But in verse 16 it says, "And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them." So, you know, Elijah had that in his spirit already. He wasn't fearing just because the numbers that you physically see, you know, he wasn't scared of that, man. Like he told Elisha, you know, "Hey, man, don't be scared, man, because the ones that are with us, you know, there's way more of them. Our help is more greater than them, man." And he's in verse 17. It says, "And Elisha prayed and said to the Lord," Salakia, it wasn't Elisha, it was Elisha and his servant Salakia. It says, "And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee open his eyes and he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha." So that right there shows you, hey, when Elisha prayed to the Lord to open up his servant's eyes, his spiritual eyes, so he could see how much of our help was there. He woke up and seen that, you know, the angels were all around him, man. So that's why we're not supposed to fear, man. That's a beautiful account, man. That's something we always got to take into account, man. So, with that, hopefully this was edifying, and just have brothers, just continue to have faith in this, because, we're not alone, and, we're always going to be taken care of in that day. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua never going to forsake them that fear him. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, the time is truth. And peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's pushing this word, not truth and sincerity. Shalom.